Imagine what if you suddenly found gold worth $4.8 million under the cold icy ground of Alaska, and that too at a random place where no one would expect it. This is the story of Freddy and Juan. These two are not just mining experts but have become real treasure hunters. But wait, the story doesn't end here. Along with gold, they also found some relics there about which no one had any idea till date. Imagine when you are mining gold and suddenly you get your hands on something old which has been buried for centuries. The question arises, are these relics just old tools, or is there a big secret hidden behind them? The land of Alaska has always hidden secrets. And this time, those secrets might change history. As soon as Freddy and Juan's team struck the jackpot, excitement as well as fear spread in the air. Local miners say that strange things have been found in this area before. But a combo of $4.8 million gold and relics? That's next level mystery, bro. So brother, today's question is this: is this just a gold discovery, or is there some lost history, some truth hidden behind it that was hidden from the world till now? Believe me, the revelations in this video will force you to think about what is really going on under the ground of Alaska. And yes friends, if you like to know such shocking discoveries and hidden truths, then subscribe now, press the bell icon and become a part of our mystery family so that the next big revelation reaches you first. Freddy and Juan, the gold rescue legends. Freddy Dodge and Juan Barrera's names bring excitement to Gold Rush fans. These two are not just mining experts, but have become true legends. After their entry in Discovery Channel's Gold Rush franchise, their popularity grew rapidly, and they were recognized as a duo that can save any failing mine. Fans also fondly call them troubleshooters because whenever a mining operation is on the verge of complete collapse, they are called. Freddy Dodge is often called the gold guru. With more than 40 years of mining experience, he has the skill to turn every kind of problem into gold. He has such a deep knowledge of geology and gold recovery that he hits the jackpot even with the smallest clue. On the other hand, Juan is a mechanical genius. His job is to give new life to broken machines. Be it the wash plant, the excavator, or the trawmill, Juan's magic touch gets everything going again. When these two come together, the entire mining game changes. Freddy brings strategy and knowledge, while Juan handles the machines and engineering. This is why Discovery Channel created a dedicated show, Gold Rush Mine Rescue with Freddy and Juan, where they help struggling miners and change their fortunes. Audiences love this duo because they have come not just to make money, but to save the dreams of small miners. For normal miners, these two are no less than superheroes. Imagine when a family invests their life savings in mining and the machines fail again and again. They are on the verge of giving up. At such a time, Freddy and Juan come and change everything. Their arrival gives miners hope that maybe their fortunes will change too. This emotional connect brings them even closer to fans. Alaska's gold mystery. Now, let's talk about Alaska, the place that is no less than a dreamland for treasure hunters and miners from all over the world. Alaska's name is written in golden letters in the history of Gold Rush. From the Klondike Gold Rush that started in the 1800s to today, Alaska has attracted millions of people. People left their homes and came here with just one hope, that maybe they would find the gold jackpot. And to be honest, the land of Alaska has disappointed people many times and has given so much gold at times that generations have changed. But mining in Alaska is not an easy task. The harsh conditions here test every miner. In winter, the temperatures fall so much that even the machines freeze. Permafrost, that is the permanent ice frozen under the ground, makes mining even more difficult. Imagine to dig the ground you have to break not only the soil but also solid ice layers, and the terrain is so dangerous that many times the machines slip. Accidents happen. This is the reason why Alaska mining is considered one of the toughest jobs in the world. Despite this, the charm of Alaska is different. Every year, New miners come here because they hope that the jackpot is still hidden under the ground. Experts believe that tons of gold is still buried in the remote areas of Alaska, which can only be extracted with modern technology. And this help forces the miners to take risks. Even today, when someone says that he has found a big jackpot in Alaska, the whole world's eyes are fixed on him. Alaska is not only famous because of gold, but also because of its mysteries. Local legends and stories tell that for centuries, people have been searching for lost treasures here. Some say that glaciers and rivers have hidden huge chunks of gold in deep areas. Some believe that ancient tribes have buried their sacred relics here. All these stories make Alaska even more mysterious and fill every discovery with suspense. When experts like Freddy and Juan come to Alaska, the expectations of the audience increase even more. People know that if anyone has to strike the jackpot and solve the mystery at the same time, it is this duo. And when these two got a $4.80 $8 million gold jackpot on the land of Alaska, everyone's heart started beating fast, because behind every jackpot in Alaska, there is not just gold, but also a hidden story. The $4.8 million gold jackpot moment. The cold air of Alaska was different that day. The icy ground all around and the hum of mining machines was making the atmosphere even more exciting. Excavators were constantly scraping the ground while the noise of water and soil was coming from the wash plant. The tension was clearly visible on the faces of the crew. Everyone's eyes were on the machines as if something big was about to happen. Freddy was repeatedly checking the depth and soil while Juan was keeping an eye on the pressure and balance of the machines. Suddenly, a different glow was seen from the ground. As soon as the bucket of the excavator lifted the soil and threw it to the side, golden shimmers were seen from it. At first, the people of the crew could not understand whether this was real or an illusion of light. But when the ray of sunlight fell directly on that place, everyone's breath stopped. This was really gold. Slowly digging, the machines revealed a whole vein and glittering gold became visible in it. This moment was not just about the jackpot, but also the victory of hard work and hope. There was so much gold that the crew immediately estimated it. After calculations, it was found that the value of this strike was about $4.8 million. This was not a small find, but a jackpot that was being expected for years. The crew members shouted in excitement. Some jumped with joy, while some stood in disbelief, covering their faces with their hands. The breakdown of weight and value was no less surprising. Gold worth several hundred ounces was found, which was worth millions of dollars in market value. Everyone knew that this discovery was going to be recorded in the mining history of Alaska, but no one had any idea that the real suspense had just begun. Gold was the jackpot, but what was hidden beneath it was going to give a much bigger shock. The hidden relics discovery. The joy of finding the gold jackpot had not yet cooled down when excavation revealed another secret. As the machines went deeper, something strange started appearing in the soil. It was not shiny gold, but a reflection of some metallic object. Initially, the crew thought that these might be rusted mining tools left by old miners. But when they were cleaned, everyone was surprised. The shape of the relics was completely different. Intricate carvings were visible on some pieces, while some had symbols like marks on them. The texture of the metal was also not like normal tools. It seemed to be made of much more refined and different material. It seemed as if these were part of some ancient craftsmanship which had nothing to do with modern mining. The crew members kept picking up the relics in their hands and turning them around again and again. They looked more mysterious from every angle. Shock and fear both spread in the atmosphere. Excitement was clearly visible on the faces of some crew members. For them, this discovery was bigger than a jackpot. But some people were feeling uneasy, as if some unknown story was hidden behind these relics. Freddy himself fell into deep thought. He said that over the years he has seen many artifacts, but he has never seen such design and material before. The crew's discussions were becoming even more strange. Some were saying that these relics could be sacred objects of native tribes, while some were saying that perhaps these belonged to very old European explorers. But everyone agreed on one thing: these relics could be more valuable than gold because there is history hidden behind them. The joy of the jackpot had now turned into a mystery. The question was why the land of Alaska had kept this secret hidden. And what is the truth behind these relics? Speculation and local legends. Alaska's cold and dangerous land has always been the subject of mysterious stories. Local miners often report coming across strange artifacts while working there. Sometimes old rusted tools, sometimes carved stones, and sometimes designs that have no modern explanation. These stories have spread like wildfire in mining camps. Many believe that the depths of Alaska hold not just gold, but the secrets of ancient civilizations. The myths of native Alaskan tribes add depth to these mysteries. Old legends say that some sacred objects were hidden underground to keep them out of the eyes of outsiders. Some believe that these relics are part of buried spirits, spirits that have been protecting their land for centuries. When miners dig in these areas, locals believe those spirits become angry. Ancient tribe stories tell of something similar. There is a belief in some parts of Alaska that ancient hunters and shamans intentionally buried valuable relics in the ground so that only their future generations could use them. If this is true, then Freddy Juan's discovery is not just a mining jackpot, but also a cultural and historical mystery. Now the question arises: can these relics really change history? Can they prove that a lost civilization once lived in Alaska whose stories are now left only in myths? This is a big thinking point for the audience because gold can be sold in the market. But if the truth about relics comes out, it can turn the entire history books upside down. Scientific analysis and theories. After finding relics, curiosity is not limited to miners only. When the discussion of such artifacts reaches scientists, two major communities emerge: archaeologists and geologists. Archaeologists look at these relics from a cultural and historical angle, while geologists try to connect them to geological formations or natural processes. This clash makes these discoveries even more interesting. The metal composition of the relics is the biggest question. If they are made of ordinary iron or bronze, they can easily fit into a modern explanation. But if rare metals or unusual alloys are found in them, then the matter becomes serious. Imagine if a relic was found to contain alloys that were not scientifically possible to make in that era. This would mean that either the technology was already advanced or these objects were brought from somewhere else. Carvings and symbols are also debated. Some archaeologists say that these markings may be the art of ancient tribes, while some experts believe that the symbols look like an unknown language. If this is true, then could there have been a civilization in Alaska that is now completely lost? This question itself makes the discovery even more mysterious. Geologists believe that sometimes unusual shapes or metallic patterns can also be formed by natural processes, pressure, minerals, and thousands of years of geological activity. Sometimes create things that look like artifacts. But the question is, are these relics really natural formations or the work of human hands? Some fan theories make it even bigger. People on Reddit and forums speculate that these relics could be related to lost civilizations like Atlantis or some unknown tribe. Some even more daring theories say that these relics might be proof of alien contact. Even though these things are far from proof, curiosity and suspense make the audience think. If seen through a scientific lens, the truth of relics can go in only two directions. Either they will prove that ancient tribes in Alaska were far ahead of technology, or they will show that nature itself is so creative that it created things like artifacts. In both cases, this discovery is fascinating and challenges both the history and science communities. The fear factor, government and secret shutdowns. After the discovery of the gold jackpot and relics, the atmosphere at the mining site changed completely. The place, which was earlier echoing with the sounds of machines and hard work, suddenly started buzzing with the movement of government vehicles. Officials came, surveyors came, and even armed security started appearing. The crew members were surprised how the authorities got the news of this discovery so soon. Some workers said that as soon as the pictures and reports of the relics were leaked, the government took immediate action. Restricted access was imposed on the site. Outsiders were prohibited from coming and the media was kept away. Normal mining operations had now turned into a shadow of secrecy. It seemed as if some big truth was being hidden from everyone's eyes. Rumors started spreading that the government did not want the real identity of the relics to be revealed. Some people started saying that perhaps these objects are related to some classified project, so it is necessary to hide them. So some believed that if these relics prove that there were lost civilizations in Alaska, then the entire history books will change. And this is what scares the authorities. A strange fear had spread in the atmosphere. Miners felt that the truth of the jackpot would probably never reach the world. The machines were gradually shut down and excavation was banned. This suspense forces the audience to think, is the government really hiding something, or are all these just rumors? The real question is that when such a big gold jackpot and relics were found, why did everything suddenly become secret? Social media reactions and fan theories. As soon as the glimpse of this discovery reached social media, it was as if the internet caught fire. There was a flood of threads on Reddit. People started writing theories after theories in YouTube. Comments and memes started going viral on Twitter. Everyone was trying to explain this discovery in their own way. Some fans believed that the relics could be related to aliens. They said that the designs and carvings are so unusual that they do not seem to belong to any human civilization. On Reddit, an entire thread claimed that Alaska must have once been an alien landing site, and these relics are proof of that. These things may be far from proof, but they were increasing people's curiosity. Another group believed that these relics probably belonged to Templars or European explorers. Theories say that centuries ago, explorers had hidden gold and artifacts in Alaska so that future generations could find them. In memes, people were joking. Templars hid gold on Oak Island and now left relics on Alaska. The audience was enjoying these comparisons as well as being curious. Many people were linking it to lost history. They said that perhaps there was an ancient tribe in Alaska that was much more advanced than its time. They had such techniques of metallurgy and carvings that can surprise modern science even today. If this is true, then these relics will prove that our history is incomplete. Audience curiosity was at its peak. People were repeatedly asking in YouTube comments, will the truth about the relics ever come out? Will the government suppress it? Or is it just the imagination of miners? Suspense and speculation made this discovery much bigger than just a mining jackpot. It was no longer just a story of $4.80 8 million gold, but a mystery that made people around the world think the bigger picture. What $4.8 million really means? The $4.8 million jackpot was not just a mining discovery, but its financial impact made everyone think. Such a huge amount is life-changing for small miners. For those who had invested all their savings in machines and fuel, this jackpot becomes a symbol of securing the future. It is not just gold but another name for survival and hope. But on the other hand, when small miners get such jackpots, the big mining corporations lose their sleep. These big companies want most of the gold fields to remain under their control. They have the resources and technology. But sometimes small miners also strike the jackpot. This can change the balance in the ore market and the competition becomes even more intense. Because of experts like Freddy and Juan, small miners get new strength and they have the courage to challenge big corporations. Its effect is also seen on the gold market. When news of big discoveries spreads, investors' eyes are fixed on that region. Gold prices start fluctuating and speculation increases. The discovery of Alaska did the same. Market analysts started thinking that if there are more jackpots hidden there, then production may increase in the coming years. All these things affect global gold pricing. In fact, this is the real power of the $4.8 million jackpot. It is not just gold of one place, but a global signal that Alaska is still full of opportunities. Miners, corporations, and investors are all eyeing it. For the audience, This jackpot is not just numbers, but a reminder that there are still secrets hidden under the ground, unanswered questions. But amid the shine of the jackpot, there are many questions that are still unanswered. The biggest question is whether these relics were just old tools, or is there a big secret hidden behind them? If these are indeed ancient artifacts, their real identity and value may be much more than gold. But if they turn out to be just trusted tools, will the charm of the whole discovery diminish? The second big question is whether the real jackpot is still underground. Many experts believe that the gold vein found was probably just a small part of a much larger deposit. If the excavation had continued, it was possible that more gold worth millions of dollars would have been found. But the sudden shutdown and government interference deepened the suspicion that the real treasure is still hidden. The third and most mysterious question is this: is the government really hiding something? Restricting the site, stopping excavation and taking control of the relics. All these things increase the suspicion. People have now started wondering whether this discovery is not just of the jackpot, but of some truth that will never reach the public. No clear answer has been found to all these questions till date. Gold can be counted and weighed, but the truth of the relics and the mystery of the hidden deposits may always remain a mystery. These unanswered questions deepen the suspense for the audience. This is why people will remember this story not just for the jackpot, but for the mystery hidden behind it. Climactic suspense build-up. After finding the gold jackpot and relics, a strange atmosphere was created at the excavation site. The machines were working vigorously as before, but suddenly everything stopped. The rumbling of the excavator and the sound of the wash plant stopped suddenly. There was a deep silence on the site, and the workers started looking at each other as if some invisible power had stopped everything. Nervousness was clearly visible on the faces of the crew. Some people were thinking that perhaps the machines stopped due to a technical issue, but others believed that this was not a normal breakdown. Relics were also found at the place where the digging was stopped. Everyone felt that perhaps something even bigger was hidden, which was not being allowed to come out for some reason. Rumors started spreading that some part of the footage shot during the excavation mysteriously disappeared. Some were saying that the camera operators were asked to delete the footage, while some claimed that the original tapes were confiscated by the authorities. The crew members were not speaking openly about this, but their expressions were telling everything. The suspense had now become deeper than ever. This entire build-up raised more questions in the minds of the audience. The machines suddenly stopping, the crew getting nervous, and the footage going missing. All these things were pointing towards one thing. Perhaps the story of the jackpot and relics is not as simple as it seems. It is possible that the real truth is still buried under the ground of Alaska. And then comes the biggest suspenseful question of this whole story. If the jackpot of $4.8 million has been found, is this just the beginning? Are the real treasure and relics still hidden under the ground? Imagine if the excavation had not been stopped. Then perhaps some truth would have come to light that would have changed the entire history. This is why this discovery cannot be seen as just a jackpot. It is a reminder that the land of Alaska still hides secrets. Every time a new jackpot is found, a new mystery also comes out with it. And this time, the relics proved that the story has gone far beyond gold. So friends, the question is now in front of you. Do you think that these relics are evidence that will change history? Or was all this just a mining accident? Is the story of a lost civilization being buried under Alaska? Or is all this a part of government secrecy? Whatever the answer, the suspense is as deep as the cold land of Alaska. And if you like such mysterious stories and shocking discoveries, then subscribe now.